so many kids that got to play that if we would have not played any games for 18 months, I'm not sure how we could have ever got prepared to play the schedule we're getting ready to play. But I do think that the silver lining for this football team was guys like Jared Verse and Larry Walker, and I'm just going to list Christian Lewis. All these young guys got 4 games under their belt against great competition. And we were able to, by shortening it, get back to some health. So I think in the long run, we're in good shape right now. I like what I'm seeing from our kids on the field right now. And we're really excited about getting into camp. It's going to be a great challenge this year, but a lot of fun.
Open up for some questions. Start with Mark Singles. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, question for Carl. Hey, Carl, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
Hey, Carl. I saw that after the poll came out, you tweeted an 8 ball. What does that mean about how you feel about you guys being picked 8th in the league this year?
And that's just extra motivation. The last time we was picked to finish, second to last, we finished second. So this year, we picked to finish 8th. We try and just do as best as we can to prove that wrong.
Next question from Adam Schinder. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, this is for both Carl and Ibn. How you guys doing? Just want to see, Dale, the way last year ended and having to cut things short, how much did that influence your guys' decision to come back and take the extra year?
I would say, honestly, even if we didn't shorten the season, I feel like the majority of us would have been back. Playing football is something we love, especially the team aspect. Being here at UAlbany is just kind of a place you don't really want to leave if you don't kind of have to. So that's really what kind of drove that decision.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Ibn said, like this is definitely something that we came into our freshman years, and we had a goal, and like some of that goal has been met, but some of it still left to do. So just another year to finish out and just finish out strong as possible. We couldn't pass that opportunity up.
Next question for Azar. Go ahead, Azar.
Hey, Coach. I looked at the strength. I know you guys are scheduled, predicted to finish 8th. But the thing is when you look at your schedule, it doesn't look like a number 8 ranked team schedule. It looks like a team that they were expecting from not this previous season, obviously with COVID injuries, but from the team from the season before, where you guys have made the playoffs. So even though maybe the outside world is looking at you as a lower seed team in the conference, what do you guys have to do to keep up to compete with the tough schedule you have this season?
Well, thanks for the question. I would say, we don't, anybody that would judge anything off of that winter season and the difference, it's one of the few times in my life that the playing field was really not balanced at times for certain schools, and other schools there was a lot of things that go into what went on in spring. And I really am proud of my kids for what we were able to get through considering our restrictions. So I don't judge the wins and losses so much of that. I look at our football team as a whole, and we have a lot of confidence in this group of people and what we're doing moving forward. I don't think one thing I would tell you is to anybody that pays attention to preseason polls, the last group of people I would want to predict anything from me are a bunch of football coaches. So, if you go back and look at the rankings over the years in this conference, the team that's probably going to have the biggest surprise year will be Elon, because people picked them last. Because this conference is about strength from top to bottom, and it's about staying healthy, and it's about we have great football players and great teams in this league. So, we're working hard physically so we can stay healthy. We believe if we're healthy and we can battle week to week, that we can be a major factor in this conference race. And that's our plans. We don't really care about the rankings. A lot of the teams on the ranks are ranked ahead of us. We beat them in the last year or two, and teams that are behind us have beat us. So, take it for what it's worth. It's meaningless.
Next question, Chris Idell. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Coach Caruso, I did it perfectly the other day.
You were so nervous, too. I know you were trying to prepare for this, but someday you're going to get it.
I know. I said it last weekend perfectly because I was talking to the guy from Syracuse, and I was like, I did it perfectly without even thinking about it. And then
he called me and said you didn't, but go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, nice to see you again. I'll work on that again. Talk about your game against Syracuse coming up. It's an in-state rival. You're going to go see Coach Babers, in the dome. What's the experience like for your team going to play in that dome?
The good thing about our kids is we've played these games now. There was a time where, when we lined up and played against University of Pittsburgh, it was the first time against a team from that league. And when we played Buffalo the first time, that, I think our kids are prepared for this. Certainly our first game, the first game is critical to us. The second game is critical to us. We know how important these games are for us. I think our kids will be excited to play in the dome, and they're going in there to compete and play a great football game and try to get a win. That's our mentality, no matter who the opponent is. And, playing in the dome I don't think will be anything beyond just the normal excitement for a game for our football team. So I've been in that dome many times and played in it. It's a football field, no different. And we'll be ready to go.
And I have a question for Carl. I'm from Baltimore, from Maryland. You're from Maryland too. Those are like playing up in Albany with Coach Greg Cacuso.
Almost.
Oh, almost. Oh, got it.
And but playing here it's cool. Like I feel like the DMV area and up here not too that far off in terms of like culture and like how diverse it is up here. So it's very good. And like Coach G, he definitely had a lot of kids from my area, so he knows how to like handle and like it feels very good playing up here for him.
That's cool. Well, good luck, and I hope everybody's healthy and ready to go.
Thank you.
Next question, follow up from Mark Singles. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, question for Eben. Eben, going back to an earlier question, the way last season ended, not being able to finish the season, canceling the last two games, how does that motivate the team going into the season?
I say, as a team, we understand what we went through the spring season as far as why we had to stop the season with injuries and everything that was going on. So we're ready. We're really ready to get healthy. We've gotten healthy. We're ready to just play and show what we've shown basically for the first game and what we've shown the year before that, the playoff season. We're just ready to go. Everyone's healthy, and us ending the season didn't really we were all upset because, we love the game of football, but it didn't really deteriorate us from our goals that we have for this season at all.
Next question from Kyle Kensing. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, this is for both the players. Coach mentioned how difficult it would have been going 18 months without playing a game. But in terms of the challenge of transitioning from a spring season back to fall, I mean, what has this summer kind of been like for you guys in terms of, staying at that peak physical condition, after taking hits in the spring?
I mean, I feel like this has just been like any other, I would say like break in between, whether it's break between spring ball to fall or fall ball to the winter transition to spring ball. Is just, we just had to have an extra emphasize just getting any part of your body like treated and recover that actually needs to be treated, and like the other stuff, like your regular fatigue, just fight through it.
And we were also kind of able to get a jump start basically on the preparation for this coming season. We didn't really take much time off after as far as the players that were healthy, with getting right into working out, getting ourselves back going. So it kind of helped us in a sense.
Next question.
And then in terms, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kyle.
In terms
That's all right.
of
Go ahead.
in terms of last fall, were you guys following like the FBS closely and kind of jonesing to get back on the field a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like last time we played, everybody was anxious to get back on the field because of how long the break was. But like now, it doesn't feel like I said it earlier, like I don't feel like I missed playing football, but like it's going to be a regular season. I missed how everything is going to feel now, just from traveling to playing in the games and the whole experience of the football season.
Next question to Clint Estes. Go ahead, Clint.
Well, Greg, it's great to see you. Hope to meet up with you again sometime. Greg, what are your key positions, competitions for your fall camp? What will they be?
Thanks, Clint. Competition-wise, I think the offensive line is going to be very competitive. I think the receiving core, we have a mix of people there that are going to be really competing hard. And, you know, we have the deepest set of corners since I've been here by a long shot. And I feel really good about the group. There's some good ones in that group that's going to be an interesting battle to watch. I think the one thing in our program that we've been consistent, and I think all coaches would tell you this, is it's an open competition every year for all the positions. And I think, you know, we do have some good battles, but we do have some, you know, I looked at our returning starters. I mean, we've got, because of the extension of eligibility, you know, we've got 10 guys back on offense, 10 guys back on defense that have significant starts, and all three specialists. So, you know, that gives me great hope. I think we can accelerate in camp, and the battles will be fun. And if we can be strong at those three positions, we're already very strong at running back, on the D line, at quarterback, I believe, at safety, linebacker. So those three positions can solidify. We could be a really good football team. And you know, I really like what I'm seeing out of our team.
Thank you, Coach.
Sure.
Mark, do you have a follow-up for these guys?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is for Greg. Hey, Greg. I mean, I guess once the vaccine gets fully approved, all your guys are going to have to be vaccinated. But right now, about what percentage of your team is vaccinated, and how hopeful are you that you can kind of get back to some of a kind of a quote unquote feeling of normalcy this year, particularly with fans back in the stands?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can't wait to get out to that first home game. You know, it's our hometown hero game. We play Rhode Island. It's a big rival for us. To get a full house out there would be amazing to get back to normal. But I'm not going to get into our percentage of vaccines. You know, I'm working internally with our players, and you know, I think that the FDA's approval is pending and probably pretty close by, and it will be mandatory for all the athletes. I mean, that's the direction it's going. And I have not asked my players individually or take an account, but we've been in discussions with our leadership group and our football team about the importance of, you know, when you're part of a community of people, and you know, you want to protect the people around you. So, but at the end of the day, we're all individuals with free will. So I hope our kids are going to voluntarily go out and vaccinate. But again, that's a personal decision that's up to them.
Thanks.
Sure.
Azar, do you have another one for these guys, or?
Yeah, I have a question for Coach. To piggyback off the comments you made, usually in the past 2 or 3 seasons, on the offensive side of the ball, it just seemed like you had to pick your poison, because you had Mofo, you had the tight end, you had 2 receivers that had recently just left the season before. So now this season, I'm pretty sure teams are going to try to box in with Mofo and the tight end. Receiving wise, you said it's an open competition. What is it that you feel confident about with those receivers that's going to help you compete this season?
Well, the first game of the year when we were healthy, we were pretty good, you know, at receiver. We really had some devastating injuries and problems in the receiving corps during the spring season. It's amazing the different posture that defenses take when your quarterback is either injured or struggling or out. Carl knows what it's like when you're lining up and trying to run against extra people in the box and you can't do much about it. We're excited about getting out there because we do have a lot of faith in our receiving corps. I think the spring, Tyler Odekoven's as good as anybody in the conference probably. Mike Gray came out of nowhere and had a really great spring for us till he was injured. Mo Jabby has shown us strong ability. We have some young guys in the program that we're excited about. We have a transfer coming in that we feel excited about. So I think our receiving corps is going to be a threat. And our tight end group has been the same for the last 3 years. They're a good group. I may have not mentioned them earlier as a position I feel strongly about, but we feel like we have 3 or 4 tight ends that can go out and make plays. So, Jeff returning back to form. He looks great in workouts. We have depth at quarterback. I think we're going to be right back where we were in 19 as far as a threat on offense. And obviously we have Carl, who I consistently have said over the years is maybe one of the best football players I've ever been around. And I have great faith in handing him the football over and over and over again. He can take it. He's tough and he's competitive. So I feel great about where we're going to be on offense. And And I feel equally good about our defense. I think we have a good football team coming back, and I'm excited about it. Stay healthy and continue to work hard, and we can have a great season.
All right, Greg, Evan, Carl, thanks so much for taking time with us here this morning. Good luck with the start of camp, and we'll see you guys on the field this fall.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.